Hi, my name is Kathy Gray and I am your online instructor. I'm going to give you a short demonstration on how to use MyStatLab. So the first day of class you're going to be given a course ID and you will either get an access code if you buy the book at the bookstore. If you don't want a hard copy of the book, then you can buy that access code online. And so you just need to log on to this website up here and then do register as student. So you'll either need the access code from the bookstore or a credit card to buy MyStatLab. And then you just follow along with the instructions. Once you've done that, then you can go ahead and sign in. And you'll see either this course or this course appear. And so I'll just click on one of them. And the first thing that's going to open up is what's called your dashboard. Your dashboard is going to show you the up and coming assignments that are due. Right now I just have 2 that are posted. For this particular section, this is Thursday, we have an assignment due September 5th and then a homework due. So every week before the day before class there's a lesson due, and a few days after class there's a homework due. And lesson will cover material that won't be covered in class, so you're going to want to take notes. So before you start your lesson, you want to go ahead and buy the course packet from the bookstore, and they'll have section notes. And so some of the section notes will cover the online lessons and they're fill in the blank, and you want to follow along and fill in the definitions and do the problems. So make sure you buy the course packet before you start the lessons. Okay, and so I'm just going to show you a few things. We have this will have the first 3 the most current homework assignments. It will have up to 3, but if you want to see a list of all the homeworks, then you can go to this tab. Right now there's only 2 posted, but they'll be all your homework assignments that are assigned. A grade book will have your current grade. So we'll upload in-class grades and test grades. Right now there's nothing to see, but if you wanted to look at your overall score, this will have 3 things: 1 for homework, 1 for tests, and 1 for your worksheet grades. Okay, so you want to make sure you check that often. And StatCrunch is the statistical package that we're going to use, so I'm going to click on that. And sometimes we'll use data sets from the book, other times we'll use some survey data. I'm going to go ahead and just click on data from the book. And this window will appear. You might have to download Java before the window appears. And here are all the data sets from the book. And so I can just click on one of them and it will open up the data set. So these are body temperature data. And these are the things I might want to do. I might want to make a graph, a histogram. I just select the variable and do create graph. Okay, so we're going to go over that a lot more later. And let's see, if I want to look at the ebook or other online activities, you can go here. I actually like the multimedia library option better. So I'll go to the multimedia library option. And I might want to look at chapter 2, and the multimedia textbook is the ebook. But there's other activities as well. So each section has an online video. It has PowerPoints. It has sometimes a few other things. So I'm going to click on Find Now. Okay, so here are all the things that I asked for. And let's see, if I wanted to look at the ebook, that would be these sections right here. So I'll just click on one of those sections. Okay, so the ebook opens up to that particular section. So this is just the same thing as the book. But it's interactive, so there's certain activities that you can do. You can go ahead and try the activities here. You can use it just like you would a normal textbook. Just flip through it like that. here's a you try it. That means I've read the example and I want to try the problem, and I'm going to click on that. Okay, and it's asking me a question about that particular problem. Okay, so that's the ebook. If you don't have a hard copy of the book, then you'll probably be going here quite often. And then let's go ahead and open up a homework assignment. So I'll open up the lessons first. The lessons are different than the homework. The lessons have either a PowerPoint demonstration or a video, and once you have viewed the lesson, then you can answer questions about the lesson. So I'll go ahead and just click on that. Okay, and so I'm going to do download. Oops. Okay, so this happens to be a PowerPoint demonstration on section 1.4. Okay, so you would go to 1.4 in your class notes and fill in the blanks and follow along with the PowerPoint demonstration. Okay, there's going to be some videos, some PowerPoint demonstrations, a little mix of everything. And then once I viewed that, then these questions pop up, and these questions are about the lesson that I just saw. Okay. So those are going to be due the day before class. Some of you have class on Wednesday, some of you have class on Thursday, so it just depends on when your class is. I'm going to go back to homework, and after class there'll be a homework assignment. In your homework assignment you have there's a due date, but you can answer the questions as many times as you want up until the due date. So let's see. It says, which of the following is not a voluntary response sample? And I'll read. Okay, I know the correct answer is B, but let's say I didn't know that. I'm going to press C, and toward the bottom here I'll say check answer, and it's wrong, but I get to try that again as many times as I want. Sometimes the problem will regenerate until I get it right. And so you can try the homework as many times as you want up until the due date, and so there's no reason why you can't get a perfect score on your homework assignments. Okay, so once I got that correct, then there's a check mark right there. I could move on to the next one. Even if I got it wrong, I could still move on to the next one. And once I got it correct, it saves it, and I don't have to submit it or anything. It's automatically submitted. Determine whether the given value is a statistic or a parameter. In a study of all 1,884 employees at a college, 55% own a television. Because I see the word all, I know that they've interviewed everyone at the college, so this is going to be parameter. And it describes the population. Okay, and got that one right. And there's some tools to help you. I could click on textbook here, and it will open up to the point in the book that describes parameter and statistics. Hopefully. Or maybe it just opens up to the section. Okay. So feel free to come and see me if you have any questions. You should be registered on my math lab within a few days after attending the class, because there will be a lesson due before the next class.